Lately, we have seen a lot about apple cider vinegar in the news, in print, all kinds of studies, but they contradict each other. Some say do this, some say do that, some say it's good to do this, some say it's bad to do this. It's confusing. Are you confused? Hi, I'm Donna Denson, the Dynamic Diabetic, and I was confused. So I went out and did a little research, and here's information that I came up with on why diabetics in particular want to look at apple cider vinegar. What are the do's, don'ts, and the benefits? Okay? And the drawbacks. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So have a seat, get comfy, and let's learn about the truth about apple cider vinegar. Okay, apple cider vinegar has been tested a lot, and I went through first on tests that had been done that were published, okay, things that had to be proven, if you will. And one was that apple cider vinegar could help balance your blood sugar in the morning. If you took it at night, it could balance your blood sugar in the morning. So one study had participants take 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before bedtime. Okay? And the study had healthy people, pre diabetic people, and type 2 diabetics. What they found with that 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar was that it lowered, for each group, it lowered their blood sugar. Okay. For the healthy people, it lowered it a little. For the pre diabetics, it lowered it about 25%. Excuse me, 50%. And for type 2 diabetics, 25%. Well, if you could lower your blood sugar in the morning by 25%, that would be awesome, right? That's what the study says. The second study was about weight control and apple cider vinegar. Okay? Apple cider vinegar has acidic acid, and that helps to stimulate the genes that actually break down the fat in your body. So if you stimulate those, you can get rid of some fat. Plus, they found that it would decrease your appetite. So the study had 3 groups. One took 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar all by itself. Another one took an ounce of apple cider vinegar in another beverage. And the third group just took a beverage. Okay? Well, the people who took the 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar alone by itself lost more weight, uh, lost more belly fat, and also lowered their triglycerides. So, lowering triglycerides, that would be good, right? Any of that would be a benefit to a diabetic. The third was, could apple cider vinegar help to heal digestive issues? Could it relieve acid reflux, IBS, gut health? Well, the study showed for people who had ulcerative colitis or the symptoms of that, the symptoms were greatly relieved. That's about all the study could say with finality, was that it did relieve the symptoms of gut issues. Okay. The fourth one was if somebody was new to apple cider vinegar and it's so bitter and that they wouldn't be able to stand it. They had some recommendations by doing some tests of how you could curb that to be able to still take it. And that would be to mix 2 tablespoons with a teaspoon of honey. Mix that together and drink that. One thing that was consistent on all the studies was that it is not good for you to drink apple cider vinegar too much because of the enamel of your teeth. The acid in the apple cider vinegar can damage your teeth. But they were talking about drinking 8 ounces a day. That is not what these tests were doing. They were using 2 tablespoons, 1 ounce. And I think that that is sufficient. I was my fears about the enamel on my teeth were pretty much allayed by not drinking so much. Plus, use a straw. That's the big secret. Use a straw. If you use the straw, it bypasses your teeth. You don't have to worry about that as a possible side effect or damage because you were using apple cider vinegar. And that's one of the drawbacks people talk about is the enamel on your teeth. But apple cider vinegar also has some other benefit. It can be used like a tonic with honey that could heal a sore throat. It gets rid of the hiccups. I get them sometimes, and I think, oh no, tell me I'm not growing. Um, Honey is antibacterial, so if you use honey, a little honey with it to get that taste better, it also helps to reduce inflammation. And we know inflammation causes everything. All right. You can even add a little bit of cinnamon to that, like a quarter teaspoon maybe, to get even a better mix. Um, Apple cider vinegar can help to heal bruised skin if you rub it on. It can help get rid of bug bites if you put it on, and it can improve your skin tone. That was from all the studies I saw, okay? But then I read some other things that didn't always agree. And that's why I wanted to come to you because I wanted to give you all the sides, not just one side as most articles tend to do. So, 13 benefits of apple cider vinegar, some we've already talked about. One, it can be a mouthwash. I thought it was bad for your teeth. Well, they say if you take 2 teaspoons and a quarter cup of water and swish it around in your mouth, spit it out, and rinse well, it's an excellent mouthwash because it's antibacterial. Okay? A fun thing that you can do with it, if you have like a new kitten or puppy animal that wants to get like the cords on your blinds, on your drapes, you can actually pat with a paper towel, pat some apple cider vinegar on, and they won't touch it. That was pretty cool. All right, for a diabetic, obviously the powers in lowering your blood sugar, specifically morning blood sugars, can be helped. And a lot of us suffer from those high blood sugars in the morning that are so hard to get rid of. So this is worth trying. The weight loss, we talked about that, the acidic properties that will help um, curb your appetite, eat the fat, and increase your metabolism. Reduces bloating. In a glass of water, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, again, I'd say 2 tablespoons maybe, will speed digestion. So, where was this after Thanksgiving dinner, right? When you were so full, that's when you would have taken that, and that would have aided and speeded up the digestion process so you wouldn't feel so bloated and miserable for so long. Um, it can ease breakouts. You can dab it on your skin if you have a breakout, get rid of the blemish. Again, cures hiccups. I love that. It also energizes your muscles. If you're getting ready to do some strenuous activity, it'll be a good idea to take a little apple cider vinegar and some water, and that will help your muscles work even better. Um, it reduces body odor. Well, that was an interesting one, right? If your pH balance gets out of whack, no matter how many showers you take or whatever, you could still have some body odor, okay, from that. And apple cider vinegar actually has been shown to kill the bacteria that causes the odor, so it can take care of that. So if that's something you suffer with, that's worth looking at too. It relieves an upset stomach. Diarrhea are symptoms of a bacterial infection. 1 or 2 tablespoons in water, it helps to fight that infection and coat your intestines. You can do that up to 3 times a day to help ease that if you feel like you've gotten something like, we've had a lot of romaine lettuce this year that has had bacteria that we've had to worry about. And if you had eaten some of that, you would have a stomach upset. Your system would be out of whack, and this would help. Um, you can use it to clean fruits and vegetables. Add it to a spray bottle of water and just spritz your vegetables and your fruit. Let it sit a minute and then rinse it really well. And it should get rid of all the things that we worry about being on our food, right? All the chemicals and things. You can even scrub your oven with apple cider vinegar. You make a soapy water and add a little bit, a few dashes, they say, splashes of apple cider vinegar. Clean your oven, and it will leave it sparkling and smelling fresh. It's also great for sunburn. If you have a bad sunburn, you can take a warm rag and a few teaspoons, tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and just kind of dab it on the burn part, and it will make it stop. The pain stops, so give you some relief, but also keep it from peeling. So that was all the things they say are good about apple cider vinegar. So then I wanted to tell you about maybe things that weren't so good, right? So here's the cautions. Here's 8 no's about apple cider vinegar. It is not recommended that you drink it undiluted because of the acid, because of the it's bad for your teeth and your esophagus. However, if you use a straw, you kind of eliminated that problem. Don't drink too much. Uh, it needs to be less than 8 ounces a day, guys. 2 tablespoons, you know, that's plenty. But if you're drinking 8 ounces or more, then you could deplete the potassium in your body, which give you other problems, and we don't want that. Don't drink it without a straw. That's just smart. Don't inhale the fumes. Okay, the apple cider vinegar, if you've ever just smelled it, it's pretty strong, and the fumes can actually damage the tissues in your nasal cavity. So don't be breathing it in. Um, you may have found sometimes, like when you're eating a vinaigrette, if it's a strong vinegar in it, that you could get choked when you inhale it as you're eating. So that's another sign. Just be careful with that. That's all. Um, some medications may have some problem with apple cider vinegar. I'm not even going to try to tell you how to do that. Ask your doctor. The only one I know of specifically for diabetics that could, not necessarily will, but could have a reaction is metformin, which unfortunately they give out like candy, so a lot of us take that. Um, don't, this is the don't, and I'm going to go back on a couple of these things. Don't drink late at night. Give yourself at least 30 minutes before bedtime to make sure that you don't cause acid reflux. Don't drink if you have ulcers or any kind of irritated stomach issue. Uh, that would not be good. And don't use it on your skin because it could burn your skin. So let's talk about that. We had one group saying use it as mouthwash, but only drink it through a straw. So the key to that and why it's still okay is because you rinse your mouth out good. And then it says on the one hand it eases a breakout, dab it on your skin, and on the other one it says, you could burn your skin. You just have to be careful. This is why this gets so confusing, because they tell you one thing here and another thing there, and who knows what you're supposed to do, right? So just we have to use our common sense. We have to think about what we're doing and make sure that we're not making it worse. Um, the original scientific studies I talked about said you could take this before bed, right? And then the nose said, oh, don't take it late at night. But it does say at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. So I think that that will help, because on the one hand, apple cider vinegar can help ease acid reflux. But if it's too close to bedtime so that things are still in your system up here and you drink it, then you could aggravate it. So just do it, 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed if you're going to take it. If you want to get the apple cider vinegar, but you don't want to be drinking it, you don't want to be, mixing it with something, then use it in your salad dressing. A cup of apple cider and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, maybe a little cinnamon. You could make you a nice vinaigrette for a salad and not have to worry about any repercussions any side effects, any problems going forward, right? So there's my information and the secrets revealed on apple cider vinegar. And there's lots and lots of information out there about it, guys. I would caution you that if you think using apple cider vinegar is suddenly going to help you to fix your diabetes, okay, you're going to control your blood sugar, it's going to be great, you're going to lose weight, all these good things are going to happen. Don't get your hopes up too high. I think apple cider vinegar, from what I could tell, excuse me, could be very helpful to us as diabetics, but it's not the cure all, guys. It's not the cure all. I also discovered that there is out there apple cider vinegar gummy bears or gummies. I'm going to try those. I will let you know what I find out about those, but that seems to be maybe a good way to take it and then just brush your teeth. I don't even know about that part. I'll have to see. I'll let you know what that what that does. That's it for today, guys. I hope that you got some value in that you learned something about apple cider vinegar you weren't aware of before, or it answered some questions that you've had about it, because there are a lot of questions out on the internet about apple cider vinegar. A lot of people are looking for information. And so I hope you will share this video. I always ask you to share. Very important that other people get that information. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Please do. You don't want to miss any of my good stuff. And if you would like to join my Facebook group that supports diabetics, information is in the comments, as well as information on how to book a free 30-minute consultation with me, Donna Denson, the Dynamic Diabetic. I hope I found you safe today. I hope I found you well, and I always, always hope I find you happy. Thank you so much for being here. May God bless and keep you till we connect again. Bye-bye.